What is going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy July 1st. And we are back. I'm not really sure why I decided to stream again tonight after we just streamed last night. It was a pretty fun little test live stream, if you will. But I figured, hey, what the hell? I really want to get this live stream thing down. And I'm still learning OBS. It's a fucking rat's nest of settings and possibilities. But I'm getting there. So I wanted to do a sort of another secondary test run live stream, if you will. I just want to kind of sit back, chat. There's no like main directive of this live stream. I just want to sit back, drink a tall boy, and have a good time. So yeah, here we are. Happy July 1st. What is going on? Wander This World 97. Dug those intros. Appreciate it, man. Thanks to have you back. Justin Smith, what's up? What is going on, Justin? Glad to have you both back here. This should be another fun time, another chill evening. Happy July 1st. I'm getting John O'Bannon, good to see you again so soon, Tobatto. I agree. It's good to be back. I'm enjoying these live streams, and again, as you can tell by my incessant rambling, I ramble anyway. I'm just somebody who rambles, right? But incessant rambling from me is a sign of nervousness. Now, doing these solo live streams, what's up, Sean Senior? What's going on? Doing these solo live streams is a bit nerve-wracking, and I really wanna pinch that in the bud, because like doing live streams with Christian and whoever else, that's easy because you have a wingman. You have sort of somebody holding your hand, sort of helping you through it. But I really want to get better at doing these solo streams. Now, if you can hear me loud and clear and crisp, and if I look loud and clear and crisp, let me know in the comments. Those of you who are here, the few of you who are here, appreciate you watching. Justin Smith, finishing up It Follows for the first time so far. I think it's a pile of shit. I'm pretty sure I saw that in theaters and I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it since. I don't own it on physical media, but I enjoyed it. I think I got way overhyped and way overblown. I don't think it was a masterpiece as far as masterpieces are concerned, but it was a good film. I liked it. Hollywood Jake Timewalker. Sup? What is going on, Hollywood Jake Timewalker? How are you? Planet CH8 says Dirty Money. What is going on, Christian? Wander This World says sounds great. Thank you very much. You look crisp and clear and loud. Excellent. I look loud. I love it. Sean Senior, all good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So again, I don't really have a motive or directive for the show. This is just a sort of, we're hanging out. I'm reading the chats. We're going to look at some crazy websites, go through some crazy stuff, and just sort of kick it for an hour and a half or 2 hours or 3 hours or maybe even 4 hours. Who knows? Whenever I get tired, we'll stop. But yeah, everybody says sound check is good, visual check is good. I like it. It's a bit brighter in here than usual. I have all the fucking lights on, and I'm still looking grainy. So what I need to do is I really need to buy a couple of new LED studio lights and or ring lights to get my light setup, crisp and perfect, because I'm not liking the grain. So I need to be able to adjust the exposure without leaving it in the automatic settings, because right now it's automatic. If I try to mess with it manually, it just makes me look black. I need more light in here, the proper kind of light. So pardon the grain, but I don't think anybody here is going to care, but I'm going to ramble about it incessantly regardless, right? Anyways, since it's July 1st, we were actually supposed to have a 4th of July party today. Usually, if 4th of July is over a weekday, we usually have our backyard barbecue party the weekend prior, usually on the Saturday. So today was supposed to be the July 1st backyard barbecue, but we never made a Facebook event. We never invited people over, never bought food, snacks, barbecue, nothing. It was sort of just it turned into a very chill day, which I am very thankful for. Because again, we just got through Shanna's birthday a couple weeks ago. We got through Isabella's birthday party a week or two ago. So I'm already I shouldn't be exhausted with people from that, but I am. Maybe I'm just old and folded and grumpy and grouchy, but that's where it is. So I was sort of happy to have today off. We're probably not doing anything tomorrow. Monday, I work. Tuesday, we have off for the 4th. We're going to take Isabella probably to a town over to see fireworks, because we're not going to spend money on fireworks this year. It's too damn expensive, and I'm just over it. So we're probably going to go see fireworks elsewhere. And then Tuesday night, Christian and I will have a You Need a Horror podcast episode at 10:45-ish. So that'll be fun. It'll be a good 4th of July. Maybe during the day we'll have a backyard barbecue and put the pin on that, but it's one of those years where it seems chill, if that makes any sense. What about you guys? Are you guys doing anything crazy for the 4th? Did you do anything crazy today? Are you doing anything crazy tomorrow? What's going on with you guys? I'll shut my mouth for 1 minute. Justin Smith also watched Renfield the other night and I actually enjoyed it. I did too. I think I loved Planet CHH, touche. What did I say? Did I say Unita? I did not say Unita. There's no way. I'll catch that on the replay. I think you're bullshitting me. Planet Dirty on Tuesday. Excuse me. But I think Christian's fucking with me. I think I said Planet Dirty. But I'll see it in the replay. Anyways, Justin Smith watched Renfield the other night. He enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot too. I think I love the film, actually. Or at least I'm almost there. But again, there's a few things I don't like about that movie. I think it's too short, and I think there's too much focus on the gangster side story of that film. It's a well-made film. I think Nicolas Cage was awesome. The cast and crew did a fantastic job, but too much emphasis on the sideline gangsters, not enough emphasis on Dracula himself. I get that it was a comedy horror film. It worked. But it should have been longer. Dracula should have been more of the main antagonist. I think he sort of becomes just another side antagonist versus the main big bad. I don't know. I'm just hungry now for a straight up Dracula movie with Nicolas Cage in the titular role. I think that would be fucking sweet. To give him the same costume design, the same teeth, the same mannerisms, everything. But give him a serious Dracula role. Or at least give him a serious vampire role. That would be awesome. But considering Renfield sort of tanked at the box office, I guess we're not really going to see that iteration of Dracula again. Probably ever. Unless it finds a huge smash hit life on home media, which I doubt, because it's sort of, I think it had a quiet rollout, and it's going to have a quiet life. Maybe in 10 or 15 years, people will be saying, oh, that was actually a pretty good movie, but I don't see it becoming any kind of a smash hit down the road. It's going to be a lukewarm, well-received film at best, but and that's okay. That's okay. Hollywood Jake, I'm drinking a Modelo tonight. For better or for worse. John O'Banion says, not a thing. Staying indoors, same way I spend all holidays except Halloween. LOL. Oh, that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess if you like it, I guess that's great, but hopefully you're getting out of the house for holidays here and there besides Halloween. But I get it. Halloween is the staple. It is the staple of the year. Justin Smith says, it was one of those movies I thought was going to be so dumb, but ended up really liking it. It was good. It was very, very good. I liked it. I just wish it had been longer and less focus on the gangster stuff. But whatever. It was good. It was good. Sean Sr. says, staying home, cooking on the grill. Good. On the 4th of July, I feel like it's always a good idea to stay home as long as you can because there's just crazies on the road. I'm already nervous about taking Isabella a town away to see fireworks. Like we're going to be on the road at night, which is one of the most, I think 4th of July is one of the most dangerous nights to be on the road, if I'm not mistaken. I know Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving itself is like the most dangerous, but yeah, 4th of July is not a good night to be out on the road. So yeah, if you can stay home and grill the night away, grill the day away, then good for you, man. John O'Bannon says, nah, it keeps me out of trouble. Touche, I hear you. Justin Smith says, fireworks just ended around here for Canada Day. Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool. Speaking of 4th of July, and I'll probably talk more about this on Planet Dirty on Tuesday. Planet Dirty. Planet Dirty. Not Unita, Planet Dirty. There's really only a few films in my collection, or in general, I guess, that I really associate with and embrace on the 4th of July and or around the 4th of July. I didn't grab Jaws 1 and 2, but obviously those two are staples of my 4th of July week, Jaws 1 and 2. Those are on the shelf, but I didn't grab them. But also Uncle Sam, which I don't have the Blu-ray yet still, but I have the VHS. This is actually a VHS screener of Uncle Sam from the 90s. Isn't that cool? But yeah. Oh, this is a screener. This actually came from Videoland back in the 90s. The owner of Videoland at the time let me have this, and it's just awesome. Uncle Sam. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says Uncle Sam for screening purposes only. Right there. How sweet is that? But yeah, very cool film. Underrated slasher for sure. I'm actually surprised to see the legs that it's gotten over the last couple decades. This is not, let's see where we're at here. Robert McLean, you are a second behind your audio. Oof, what is going on there? John O'Banion thought that was just my connection, Justin. Okay, so that's a problem. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try something else. Let's try something else. Let's go to the next box. Am I fixed? Am I still behind or am I fixed? What is going on with that? Let's go back to the chat. Is it fixed yet? Because if not, we will fucking figure this out during the live stream. Because like I said, I'm working out the bugs here, people. I've got to figure this out while we're live. And drinking. And showing you VHS tapes from the 90s. So, good stuff. Good stuff. How am I now, boys? Is it better or am I still behind? Because I think I can fix the latency. Let's see what's going on here. Still slightly off. That is infuriating. Let's see what's going on. Let us see what's going on here. I have the Inspector Gadget song stuck in my head. I'm not sure why, but it is absolutely stuck in my head. Absolutely stuck in my head. Still slightly off. Now it looks better. I think my internet was getting a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. How is it now? Is it still off or does it look a little bit better? Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Looking better. Good, good, good. I don't know what happened, but here's to hoping. Here's to hoping. Anyways, where was I? This is not a 4th of July movie, but for some reason, Jason Takes Manhattan, I believe, is a fantastic watch during the 4th of July week or on 4th of July itself. There's something explosive about that movie that I love. This is another film that I love anyway, but it's not necessarily a 4th of July movie, but it feels like America. It feels like Swamp Strong. I just love it. It's the return of Swamp Thing, far superior to the original film. Absolutely fantastic. You can just feel the fireworks going off when you watch this damn thing. It's a fucking masterpiece. I love watching this in July, especially on 4th of July or in or around the 4th of July. Obviously, the Back to the Future trilogy is not only my favorite trilogy of all time, but you can't go through July, especially 4th of July weekend, without at least watching the third film in this trilogy. Now, 1, 2, and 3 are great, but I think the 4th of July is really sold with the third film. For whatever reason, maybe it's just as simple as the bar saying that 4th of July line to Doc Brown, but these movies are a must for 4th of July weekend, am I right? And obviously, last but not least, I'm going to say Gangs of New York, a fantastic 4th of July watch, absolutely great during the whole month of July, a masterpiece in and of itself. This movie feels like America, love it, absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Robert McLean says, looking better. Am I still looking better? Am I still less laggy than I was before? Maybe it's a frame rate issue. I think I have my frame rate set to 60 frames per second. Maybe I'm just lagging based on that. But again, we're having a little bit of storms here right now in Brevard County. So anyways, John O'Bannon says audio's still off. Was it off the whole time or just at the beginning? Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we got going. Uncle Sam, you're right. Wanda This World says every holiday season is the perfect time to watch Jason Takes Manhattan. You are absolutely correct. Now, while you guys are on here, let's see what we got going on with the audio. I'm going to check the stream myself right now and see what's going on. What is going on with this audio? We will figure this out, people. We will figure this out. Does Jason Takes Manhattan take place in July? I got distracted for 2 seconds when you held up the tape. I don't know. It's kids going to New York for a graduation trip, so I'm assuming it takes place in May, right? Maybe June at the latest, but I don't think so. Not July. It's off again. Looked good at the beginning, now it's slipped. No worries, we'll hang with you. That's very strange. I wonder what's going on with that. Why is it lagging? Why is it lagging? I don't know. You know what? Let's try something. Let's try something. Let me try this. The background's off. Let me see this. Is the syncing any better? Because maybe I just had that loop. Maybe that loop was taking too much bandwidth from the stream. I don't know. Maybe this is a downfall of OBS. Who knows? We'll see. We will see this together. Is there latency still happening? Planet CHA says it's got to be late May, early June. Agreed. Absolutely. It's a school trip. It's got to be that time zone. It would be sweet if it took place in July, though. Slightly better. Very strange. As soon as you turn that off, it's better. Okay, there we go. It must just be that looping background. That is a 4K video, so maybe there's just too much going on in the damn frame. All right, well, we can have that off for the rest of the damn stream. I don't care, right? We'll go with it. We will go with it. Also, check this out. So I took Isabella. We took Isabella, my daughter. She just turned 4. We took her to the library today for the first time going to the library. She got her library card, her little yellow turtle card. She got to experience checking out books. It was a cool little thing to do. And I was going through, because they have like a bookstore section of it. And we haven't been in this library in like 10 years, but they have a bookstore section where they sell books, DVDs, CDs, audio tapes, stuff like that. And lo and behold, digging through the CDs, I found the soundtrack to Cocktail in almost perfect condition. The cover is banged up, but the CD is in primo condition. I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not, but it's in pretty damn primo condition, man. Primo condition. And I got blank CD cases in the shelf. I can just replace the CD case. 50 cents. 50 cents. eBay would have not had a better price than that. 50 cents. Are you kidding me? The Cocktail soundtrack? Dude, forget it. All right, Neo Z, looking good on my end. Robert McLean, that did the trick. One of This World says, my 3 go to 4th of July movies are Jaws, absolutely. Rocky 4, oh, good. More of a Christmas film for me. And Blown Away. I don't think I've seen Blown Away. Blown Away or Castaway? Or is Blown Away like the porno parody of Castaway? Let me know, Wander This World 97. Let me know. But yeah, speaking of Jaws 2, make it with just the kernels. Okay, well, you know, Christian, thanks for the super chat, $1.99. That's my first super chat ever, I think. If you want to call, is that called a super chat? I'm not down with the lingo, but yeah, that's my first super chat ever. Thank you to Planet CHH. For that, I think we will play a funny little short, and then we'll resume operations. Here we go. Here we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Again, thanks Planet CHH for that. That was awesome. Justin Smith says, would you classify 2001 Maniacs as a patriotic horror film? I think it is, right? I think it absolutely is. I think there's even like American flags on the cover of those films. There's two of those, right? I think there's two. Isn't there two Maniacs movies plus a remake, or am I on crack? I thought there was like two original ones and then a remake, but I could be wrong about that. Ben Grimm, what's up, Ben? Dark Skies, the Alien movie, takes place on the 4th. Does it? Nice. I think we talked about Independence Day, obviously a great 4th of July movie. I actually don't have that on Blu-ray. I have the sequel, unfortunately, on Blu-ray, but I don't have the first one. At least I couldn't find it on my shelf. But you bring up a good point. I know we just had Alien Day back in April, but Alien 3, Resurrection, all great movies to watch in 4th of July week, 4th of July weekend, on the 4th itself. Fantastic saga to watch. Joe Jack, what's up, Joe Jack? Joe Jack says, there's a Goonies ripoff that takes place during the 4th of July called The Treasure from 91, only on VHS. There's a lot of movies like that are only available on VHS, and some of them are such gems. It's insane to me. Like that movie, it's a horror movie. It's a really fucked up horror movie called Rampage. If you guys remember that film, it's called Rampage. I think it's from like 1990 or 1991. A really, really dark, fucking serious horror film. Really disturbing. I don't think it ever got a DVD or Blu-ray. I could be wrong, but last time I checked a few years ago, it had nothing but a VHS. And I don't own it, and I fucking need it, and I want it now. But Rampage was about the guy who like needs to bathe in blood. There's a scene where he kills this kid's parents, and then he kills the kids, and like it switches to a shot of him carrying like a plastic bag. And you see like the little kid's body obviously in the bag. It's a fucked up movie, but it's called Rampage. Killer movie. Planet CHH says, there's an unofficial Maniac 2. Severin just released it with Joe Spinell plushie that I bought. Oh yeah, I think I saw that on there. That's hilarious. It's unofficial, huh? So is it, does it actually follow the same story from Maniac? It's just done like unofficially, sort of like Alien 2, that Italian movie, or what's going on with that? John O'Banion says, Uncle Sam. Hell yeah. Uncle Sam right here. VHS screener. Absolutely fire. Look at that. Look at his face. Boom. Put it closer. Yeah. How sweet is that? Excellent. Also, speaking of 4th of July, don't forget, Twisted Metal is on its way, people. I know it's not 4th of July. It's not a 4th of July property, but the fireworks are going to go off when this motherfucker hits the, what is it, the silver screen or the bronze screen? Whatever the TV screen is called. This is going to be a sweet show. I can feel it in my bones. And I don't care what people say about the thong song abomination that clip was. That clip was fucking sweet. Sweet Tooth's voice is awesome. The mannerisms by Samoa Joe kick ass. I am so down for that version of Sweet Tooth we see in that TV show so far. And Anthony Mackie, it's good to see him away from Marvel doing something else. I like that because Anthony Mackie deserves way fucking better than anything the MCU is doing. Am I right or am I right? The Movie Maniac says, do you count movies that were released July 4th weekend as July 4th movies? Terminator 2, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, to me, it's not just a movie that has to take place on 4th of July or around 4th of July, but a movie that makes you feel, like I keep going to that phrase, you can feel the fireworks going off. Like, not necessarily literally, but like, the movie just feels, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say here, but it has the spirit of, I don't even know how to describe what I'm talking about, but if you know, you know. And I think T2 absolutely counts as a 4th of July film. 4th of July, absolutely. John O'Banion, nice. One of This World says, Blown Away is a 1994 action flick with Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. I don't think I've seen this. Bridges is an ex-IRA bomb maker. Now in a bomb squad in Boston with his mentor TLJ shows up for revenge for Bridges' betrayal. I do not think I've seen this. One of This World says, Uncle Sam VHS is sick. Thank you very much. CHH, got to hit the sack, people. Have a good night. CHH, you as well, sir. You as well. Thanks again for the super chat. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Justin Smith. So what about The Shining? That mentions 4th of July. No. Shining absolutely feels like a winter break Christmas film to me. Maybe not even Christmas. No, The Shining doesn't feel like Christmas. The Shining feels like that weird January drawl. Like even down here in Florida, January and February are our coldest months of the year. Like for us Floridians, January and February are fucking freezing ass. And The Shining feels like a great movie to curl up on the couch with a blanket and watch in the middle of the dead of night during one of our cold spells. Like it just feels cold, it feels lost, it feels alone. It does not feel like a Christmas film. It feels like that post-Christmas January cold. That's what The Shining feels like to me. To me. Hollywood Jake Time Walker, what's going on? He says, I watch Silver Bullet every 4th. Ooh, yes. Silver Bullet is fucking fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. That's my second favorite werewolf movie behind American Werewolf in London. Silver Bullet is fucking primo. Absolutely primo. John O'Banion says, Tobatto, since you mentioned Twisted Metal, are you into any survival horror video games? Explain to me exactly what that genre is, because I used to be sort of a video gamer. I'm not really anymore. The last, I guess, survival video game I played was Resident Evil 7. I haven't played Village yet. Those are survival horror, technically, right? That's what those are? If so, then yes. Not a lot. Resident Evil 7 was actually, and 3 are the only 2 Resident Evil games I love. Well, 4. 3, 4, and 7 are the only Resident Evil games I swear by. But 7 blew my fucking balls off. I loved that fucking game. I really want to replay it. I really want to play Village, but I haven't bought it yet. It's been like, what? It's been out for 3 or 4 years now. I have not bought Village. I need to. Also, Silent Hill. Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 I played, but I played Silent Hill 3 religiously. I wasn't a fan of The Room, and I haven't played any other game in the series since, but I think those are survival horror also. So, to redefine my answer to your very short question, yes, I do, I guess. I don't know why I chose to ramble, but there we are, again, with the rambling. Justin Smith says, yes, I agree. America Calhoun, what's up? I bought the Rampage VHS this year. It's William freaking Phil made after To Live and Die in L.A. Rampage was disturbing moments and a pretty solid... Yes, it was. So you have the VHS. That is fucking awesome, dude. Absolutely. I got excited when I first saw the line. I thought you were going to say Blu-ray. Like, oh my God, is there a Blu-ray out? That's one of those films that I feel like is just lost. It's lost to the, what's it called? The purgatory of physical media. Like, it's never going to get released for whatever reason. It's just never going to have a release. I feel like if it was going to have a release, it would have had one. But, like, it didn't hit DVD. I'm not even sure if it was on Laserdisc. And it definitely has not hit Blu-ray. Robert McLean says, have you seen Uwe Boll's Rampage? It is so intense. I have seen Uwe Boll's Rampage. That was what, 2008, 2009? I enjoyed it. It's very bleak. It's very angry. It's very unforgiving of a film. It's well made for what it is. You can tell it's a little bit low budget, but I liked the actor. He did a good job, the dude from Freddy vs. Jason. But I haven't seen Rampage 2 or 3. And I think Uwe Boll is a fucking cartoon character. And not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Those videos of him failing to meet his fundraising campaign and freaking out towards the audience, I love that shit. I really want to meet that guy or interview that guy or something. Like, I think he'd be a fucking hoot. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Justin Smith says, what you don't like, original Resident Evil 2? It's okay. I watched my friends play the PlayStation version religiously when I went to my friend Dave's house. He played that game religiously. And then I bought the N64 version when it came out on N64, and I couldn't really get into it because it was a little bit different. I was already burned out on it. I just kind of had it for the novelty. And but Resident Evil 3, I loved it. I loved Resident Evil 3. I thought it was awesome. I know at the time all my friends did not like that game, but I thought it was sweet. I've only played the demo for the new remastered version, but I liked what I saw. I really want to buy that version though and play that all the way through. But yeah, man, Resident Evil 4 kicked fucking ass. And Resident Evil 7, man, that game, in every sense of the word masterpiece, Resident Evil 7 was a masterpiece. Absolutely. John O'Bannon says, yes, just like those. There's a few variations on the genre, but they usually follow the same formula. My favorite of all time was D2 for Dreamcast, was an unofficial expression of the thing. Ah, nice, very nice. Justin Smith says original Resident Evil 2 is my all-time favorite game. Very nice. That was hilarious with Uwe Boll freaking out over his failed go. It was absolutely fucking hysterical. Fight the Good Fight. What is going on, man? The remake for Resident Evil 2 was amazing. I need to play it, I guess. I know they've been remaking all those games. I need to go back and play it again. John O'Banion says the original Silent Hill was the first video game to utilize Dolby Surround. Is that really? That's cool. That's very strange. I did not know that. I'm going to turn the background back on, and you guys tell me if I start to lag at all. I just want to see how this works. See if this goes smoother or if I just start lagging instantly. Like testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Am I back to a lag, or how am I doing here? How am I doing here? Let me know. Let me know. Ill Bleed on Dreamcast was almost fun. See, I had a Dreamcast. Never heard of that game. I was really disappointed with Dreamcast and the games we had. It's just, what a fucking failed system and a failed era. Mortal Kombat Gold was cool. That fucking rollerblading game was kind of cool. Crazy Taxi was sort of kind of cool, but I did not like Sonic Adventure or anything else I played. It's a bunk system. Instant lag. Okay, so it's the background. Okay, sorry, gents. Here we go. Off. Back to normal. It's weird because last night I had another 4K video template on the background playing. It was like an Embers. And it was 4K like this one, but it was a bigger file. It was a bigger size, but I don't think I had lag last night. It's weird that there's lag tonight. Very, very strange. Maybe it's just my internet. Like I said, it's storming here, but anyways. Helping others. Jason mask. Yes, sir. Yep, this is my Jason mask. I made this back in 2018, I think. Shannon and I made this. She helped me carve it out, drilled the holes, sanded it, painted it, added the chevrons. This was a blank from JDF Studios, if you guys remember him. He's no longer making blanks, but this is one of his original ones. It's thick ABS plastic. I have it painted black on the back and sealed. Me and Shannon put our little signatures in there. 2018. And we took it to Spooky Empire. And not only did we get a photo with Kane Hodder in the Part 8 costume, Shanna was also early pregnant with Isabella, which was cool. Very, very cool. And we got a picture with him in the costume, and we also got a picture of him out of costume. We stood in line and met him out of costume as well. And he signed this to Brandon, Kane Hodder, Jason 789X. Fantastic. Kane Hodder was the fucking man. Still good. Fight the Good Fight says, what? Power Stone was great. Helping others, Jet Set Radio. There you go. John O'Banion, lots of good Dreamcast games, but you had to sort through twice as many bad ones. Agreed. Justin Smith says, JDF Studio is back. Is he? No way. Get out of here. Good. I'm glad he's back, because I much prefer his stuff over the ones I'm using now. Anyways. Let me close out my browser here on my phone so I can focus just on you fine young peoples out there watching my old and folded ass live stream. I love it. Anyways, so we were talking about Jaws 2. I would like to talk more about Jaws 2. I would like to talk about this new 4K coming out, because I have been praying and begging for a Jaws 2 4K for over a year now. And the fact that my wish is finally granted is fantastic to me. So here we are with Jaws 2. Let me turn that background off again. It's here too. There we go. Should be no lag. Jaws 2. Here's the Amazon listing for Jaws 2. Pay no attention to my cart, which has the 4K of Mario Brothers movie and the 4K of Saturday Night Fever in it. I have not bought it yet. I have not pulled the trigger. I'm waiting to add a few more titles, including probably Jaws 2. So as you can see, the 4K of Jaws 2 comes out July 4th. 4K. I guess this is sort of the bare bones release, which I'm fine with. I don't want the Steelbook. $22. You can't beat it. That's fantastic. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger with this one. Right? Great. But then again, Orbit apparently is releasing this $100 limited collector's edition Steelbook with poster art and cards. Now, I went to Orbit's website tonight. The listing was down, or there was like an error, so I found this version on deepdiscount.com. It says $84.50. Not sure if this is even legit, but this is the set. It comes with like the movie, posters, lobby cards, Steelbook. I'm just $98 fucking dollars. Well, this one's $85, but still $85 minimum. Like, come on. I'm fucking so over this crap. Like, just give us the fucking movie. Give us some special features. We don't need posters, stickers, lobby cards, Steelbooks. Like, I get there's collectors out there who love that shit, but I don't understand the obsession with these huge big box collector sets full of crap that we're never gonna. You're gonna look at it once, and then it's gonna rot on your shelves. And again, no hate if you're a collector. I'm a semi-collector myself. I collect weird shit. I collect Halloween masks, which I get and then sit on the shelves and rot for years. So I can't talk. But at the same time, like, you're just gonna roll up these posters. You're gonna put these stickers in a binder and forget about them. Like, why are we paying $100 for a set like this when you can just go to Amazon and buy the same movie on 4K without the fucking steelbook for $20 basically? Like, that's awesome. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But yeah, what do you guys think about Jaws 2? JDF is back. He goes by Fear City Creations now. Oh, awesome. I will have to get back in contact with him because I loved his, I thought his work was quality work before. I was sad to see him go, but I'm glad he's back. Is he still selling straps and like rivets, the rivets and the chevrons and stuff too, and the fake blood? Because his permablood was off the chain. His permablood was, I think, the favorite permablood I've ever bought. It was fantastic. So I'm hoping he sells that again. Bobby says, do you like Pixar movies? I like the older ones, I think, like Toy Story and like Bug's Life. Was that Pixar? But I can't really speak to new ones, I guess. I don't think we've really seen a lot of new Pixar movies. Isabella watches a lot of new Disney stuff. I know Pixar's owned by Disney now, but I can't think of any Pixar stuff. Moana? Pixar? Yeah. Anyway. Justin Smith says, wait for Prime Day before you pull the trigger. Justin Smith says, the Jaws 2 4K price is good. It is. The bare bones regular 4K Blu-ray is a fantastic price. I will drop $20 on that movie. I'm the same way. I don't care for steel books or posters that come with it or even slipcovers. Agreed. I think slipcovers are a waste of fucking time and money and effort. I don't see what they don't do anything. They're not protecting anything. I don't understand the point. Unless, again, maybe slipcovers are just to emulate that VHS feeling of pulling the content out of a cardboard slip. Maybe it's just the novelty of that, but I really don't see the point of slipcases at all. And nobody can give me an answer either as to what the actual point of slipcases is. It's very strange to me. It's very strange. The slipcase game is very strange to me too, where people are forking out all this cash to buy slipcovers and having like 2 or 3 variants of slipcovers for the same movie. I just don't understand it at all. Justin Smith says, yeah, he sells the whole kit still. That's awesome. That is good to know. That is good to know. Robert McLean says, yeah, they know some collector will pay it. They will, and they will too. And again, no hate if you're a collector. If you want to collect that kind of stuff, it's your money. I have nothing but respect for you, but I personally don't get it, and I would not do that unless it's something really prestigious. Like if they came out with like a 6-disc set of Shock 'em Dead in 8K, I would spend like $500 on that, sure. Absolutely sure. The Movie Maniac says, loved all the Jaws films as a kid, gave Jaws 2 a revisit on Blu-ray last year. I didn't love it quite like I did when I was a kid. Not bad, but it takes way too long to get to the meat of the movie. I love Jaws 2. I almost like Jaws 2 better than Part 1 sometimes, to be honest, which is very strange to say, I know. But I think Jaws 2 is it's a slasher film on the water. And I think it looks nice. It was shot well. It looks like a very expensive film, which I guess it was. It wasn't of the prestige of the first film, no doubt. But Jaws 2 lines up perfectly, at least visually, with Jaws 1. It looks great. It looks like a really well shot. It is a really well shot film. But I understand the issues with it. And I understand why there's a certain, certain people don't like it. Because it's a slasher on the water. It's not the adventure film of the first movie. And I think that's the problem with the movie for a lot of people. Jaws 3, don't even get me started. I can't stand that movie. I rather watch Jaws the Revenge than Jaws 3. Because Jaws the Revenge, at least you can roast it. At least it's interesting and, it's just a quirky, weird, like, what the hell is going on movie. Like, Jaws the Revenge is a fucking acid trip movie. It's a fucking acid trip movie. But, I want a 4K of that movie. That's what I want. I don't care about Jaws 3. Give me a 4K of the Revenge if it's not out already. Is there a 4K of Revenge yet? Let me know in the comments. Justin Smith says, did you see the new Fright Rag shirts they just released on the TCM? I think I saw those scrolling through Facebook. Whatever. Joe Jack says the slipcover makes the title on the spine bigger, easier to read, looks nice too. I guess, but Again, is that just the point? It's just a bigger spine, easier to read, looks nice. Is that the only reason there's a slipcover? Whatever. I'm going to be grouchy and folded an old man about the slipcover game until I die, apparently. Because everybody likes them but me. But I just think they're atrociously unneeded, I guess, is the terminology here. John O'Banion says, not a Jaws comment, but all the reports of orca whales attacking boats recently has me fiending to see Orca again. Wasn't a great flick, but a nice try at capitalizing on the popularity of Jaws. Agreed. Orca was actually a fantastic horror movie. That movie is quite entertaining and quite enjoyable. I highly recommend you watch Orca again. And the fact that I don't own that movie on Blu-ray fills me with indescribable rage. So I need to look into buying that film too. Sam Thomason, what is going on, Sam? I feel like I'm the only person that doesn't like Jaws. No, you're not the only person. There's a lot of people who don't like Jaws. People find the film overrated. It's talked about too much. It's overblown. There is an oversaturation of Jaws. Like, when it comes to the 4th of July, Jaws is the 4th of July staple, for better or for worse. And it's just, if there's an oversaturation point for any film, I think it's probably Jaws. Absolutely. Like, I love the film. I think it's a masterpiece. I'll never get sick of it. But I understand why a lot of people are burned out of it before they ever even have the chance to see it. So I hear you. I hear you. The Movie Maniac says the helicopter stuff in Jaws 2 works very well. It does. Absolutely does. Neo Zed. What is going on, Neo? He says, I would pay up for a Cyber Ninja Mirai Ninja 1988. Robert McLean says, my additions feel naked without the slip. I have slip issues. Ah, nice. I have non-slip issues, apparently. Bobby says, it kind of annoys me when I watch 80s and 90s movies where practical effects are done well, and it's like, why can't they do that today? That's the problem, is they can do them today. It's just CGI used to be expensive, and now it's cheaper to do CGI versus practical effects, because when you're doing practical effects, you have to build the props, you have to build the mechanics, build the animatronics if they're required, build the puppetry, run the wires, do tests, hire a whole team of puppeteers or animators, whoever's doing the puppetry and the stunts. Like, it's CGI is basically you shoot a plate or you shoot the scene as if something was there when it's not, and then you just go in and animate it. I understand why they do it, but I agree, practical effects are still the way to go. CGI looks worse today than it did 10 years ago somehow. Like, if you go back and look at Pirates 2, the CGI on Davy Jones is still primo. Like, you can watch that on fucking probably 8K if you wanted to, and it would look fantastic. Crisp, clear, photorealistic. But if you watch, I don't know, any of the current MCU movies or the current DCU movies, the CG is just terrible. I don't know what the deal is, but it's just become so, I don't know what's going on. CGI is really bad. CGI is really bad. Ben Grimm says, what's the best food to eat for the 4th of July? Feels like a chili cheese dog day. Last year and the year before, I'm always a hamburger guy when it comes to 4th of July. I'll eat like a sausage on a bun or a hot dog on a bun, but for me it's got to be a burger. And I like hockey pucks. So I want a burger grilled on the grill, charcoal grill preferred, and I want it fucking burned. I want it charred black to a crisp. Cheese or no cheese, take it or leave it. Ketchup. I want sliced onions if I got them. And I want that new Hidden Valley secret sauce, the spicy one. That's it. It's so good. And the burgers have to be Bubba burgers. They're frozen patties, but I swear to God, they'll change your life and flip your lunch tray. Bubba burgers are where it's at. So if you have a 4th of July, get Bubba burgers. Get big, wide potato bun hamburger buns. Ketchup, mayonnaise, slice you some red onions, and get the secret sauce from Hidden Valley. It'll change your life. I promise. I promise. John O'Banion says, I fear a Jaws reboot in the future with bad CGI. I thought Spielberg came out recently and said, look, we're never going to redo Jaws. I thought he already gave us that. He already assured us that was never going to happen. But then again, if he croaks anytime soon, I'm sure we're going to see a Jaws reboot eventually. But like with stuff like, what is it called? The Black Demon, the Meg, I guess even to a lesser extent, the Sharknado series. Like, I feel like all those are scratching the itch for shark movies on their own right. So they may not need to remake Jaws. I'm not sure if that would even work in today's climate, like of shark movies. Like, why would you even need it now? I don't know. If anything, make the fucking prequel to Jaws. Call it call it Quinn, have the same Jaws, or Quint, have the same red Jaws font, and have it be based on that story he tells inside the boat. That would be an awesome idea. Make a prequel and have the guy who played Quint in real life. His son is an actor, and his son cosplays as Quint in real life, and he looks and sounds exactly like his dad did, but he looks a little bit younger. Like, have that guy play young Quint. It would be fantastic, and all the stars would align. Just do that. But we don't need a reboot. We don't need a remake. We just want a Jaws prequel or nothing at all. The Movie Maniac says the practical xenomorphs in Alien and dinosaurs in Jurassic Park still look better than most CGI today. I agree. Justin Smith says there's no reason to do a Jaws reboot. Exactly. There's no reason for it. But then again, there's not really a reason to reboot anything when you think about it. There's not really a reason for it. There's not a reason for it at all. So we looked at the Jaws 2 stuff. Let me X out of that. I kind of want to scroll through Orbit DVD because this week when I heard of the Jaws 4K issue. This is really the first time I heard of OrbitDVD.com. So let's scroll through this website and see what kind of stuff they have. See what kind of price points they have. Before we do that, John O'Banion says Bait was a fantastic modern shark horror movie. I've not seen that. I'll add it to the list. Bait. It sounds like a Dimension Extreme film. So yeah, here we go. So here is Orbit. This is their homepage. I've never been on this website before. Never. See, they got the Wicker Man. $82. Like, come on, dude. There's no way in hell. Replicator, The Abomination. Here's that Psycho box that everybody was talking about. See, this is says fucking Region B, though. Son of a bitch. Well, I guess... Well, 4K isn't region locked, though. So how the fuck is this Region B? I don't know. Somebody in the comments fill me in. I thought 4Ks were automatically region unlocked. But this says 4K Region B. I'm assuming it's just the regular Blu-rays inside that are Region B, but the 4Ks are region free, correct? If so, that's a great price. $65 for the entire Psycho collection is awesome. That's I might actually pick that up. That's way better than the $90 Jaws 2 fucking box set. That's just ridiculous. There's Jaws 2, $23. Okay, not bad. I don't see that box set on here, though. Godland, Berserk, 5 Grays to Care. There's Rubber. That's a crazy fucking movie. Dazed and Confused. What? There's the tech. Oh, they sell used stuff too, I guess, huh? What a weird website. Sort of Slight. It seems like a mesh of 88 Films' website and Vinegar Syndrome's website, doesn't it? It's a very weird mesh. Very weird mesh. Candyman, what is this? I've not seen this before. This is new? Oh shit, Killing Birds, look at that. No shit. I don't think I have this. Zombie 5 Killing Birds, that's hilarious. They're still going with the Zombie 5 title. 2,000 units only, includes rigid slipcase, 40-page bound book, awesome. 3 fold-out poster. See, this is the way to go. It's got tons of features. It comes with a lot of bougie content that's physical. The poster, 40-page book. But the price point's $27. Like, that's acceptable for something like this. But $90 for one 4K is just fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't care how much I love Jaws 2. I'm not paying the $90 for a box set for a couple of posters and a fucking lobby card. Like, give me a break. John Waters, the Pope of Trash. Sweet. Nice. I want to look at this... Candyman real quick. Candyman 4K. 4K restoration. Blah blah blah. See, I don't own Candyman on Blu-ray as it is, so I'm not sure if these are brand new special features or not. They don't say new, but I'm just going to assume they are, I guess. But yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. I'll think about it. All right. Replicator, LOL. Never seen it. Have you seen it, Justin? The Movie Maniac says they'll do a Jaws sequel with Phoebe Waller-Bridge as the sidekick where she puts everyone around her to shame and kills the shark by knocking it out. You're probably correct. Joe Jack, is Orbit having a sale? Seems like everyone is doing a sale now. Zombie 5 is bad. It's pretty bad. It is pretty bad. The first time I watched that film, when I had the Zombie 3-pack from years ago, and the first time I watched the Zombie 5 Killing Birds DVD, I was just mind blown. Because like there's no zombies in it till the end, and it's like one mummy basically. Am I remembering that correct? It's like one mummy in the fucking movie, and it's called Zombie 5. It's fucking hilarious. Justin Smith, I think it was the region-free 976 Evil. I'm pretty sure it was. He says Replicator is pretty terrible, as it probably should be. As it probably should be.
What is this? A floating island?
Don't ask. I just figured I'd play that. Let that stew in your brain for a minute. We'll never speak of it again. So, back to it. I think I'm going to open up Vinegar Syndrome and see what they got going on. But let me be careful what I pick here. I don't want to get the damn channel or the video taken down because there's a lot of risque stuff going on Vinegar Syndrome. So let me click the first thing I see that's appealing to me. All right. Let me take you guys over. Vinegar Syndrome is now selling the 4-issue hard case comic collection of the zombie comics, which is awesome. $75, marked down from $85. You can get it comes with a shirt combo. Let's see. If you add the 3XL shirt, it becomes $95. See, fuck. Comics are a different story, though. I'll pay $100 for 4 comics. I would do that. I've never read these, so I'm not sure the quality. Is it just the movie in comic book form, or is it like an expansion on the story? But that's a damn cool looking fucking case, though, dude. Look at that shit. That's primo. That is absolutely primo. Absolutely primo. Artwork looks killer, too. Like, look at that. They even got that freaky fucking cross-eyed zombie on there. Look right there. Insane. I don't know who this broad is. That looks like the chick from Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, but who knows. Shirt's pretty cool, though. But not for $95. Like, come on. Come on. Let's go check out 88 Films while we're on it. Because 88 Films is always having good stuff. Like, this sort of burns my ass. Like the 4K of Burial Ground. Like, I just bought this last year. Maybe even last fall. And now the 4K's out. And now I have to get it. It's not in stock, but I have to get it. I love this fucking zombie film. It is one of the weirdest zombie movies ever. And the zombies, some of them are cheesy looking, like this motherfucker right here at the top. But most of them are really freaky looking, like this guy right here with the teeth. Like, their zombie masks in that film are really sketchy looking. Really, really sketchy looking. Let's go to Blu-ray. Let's go to horror. 88 Films always has good prices, and a lot of their stuff is region free. You just got to look for it. Let's go to these slasher classics. Blind Date, Dark Room, Grandmother's House, New Year's Evil. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I will talk about this movie until I die. You need to see it. It's a fantastic slasher movie. I rated it a 7.5 on my review, which is equivalent to worthy of a rewatch. I highly recommend New Year's Evil and that creepy-ass Stan Laurel mask, which I own 2 of. Christmas Evil, love that movie. Very underrated Christmas horror film. Terror Train, that's cool. I don't think I've seen this version before. Very nice. This mask is horrifying. This Groucho Marx mask, horrifying. Let's see. This one says region code B. So I guess that one wouldn't play here unless you have a region-free player. Popcorn, Alice Sweet Alice. Scarecrows is great. Scarecrows is killer. Region B, I guess that wouldn't work either. Sleepaway Camp 3. These are cool. These are cool covers. These are like the original VHS covers. Region B. I guess these are region locked. We're not having good luck here tonight, guys. These are all region locked, it looks like. B. Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sam Thomason says, did you get the Empire box set from Arrow? I did not get that. I did not get it. I couldn't justify the price. I'm sure I'll get it eventually. I know there's going to be a lot of boos and hollers about, oh, you couldn't justify the price. It's a good price. And it is a good price, but I don't really enjoy, and I haven't necessarily seen all the films in that set. I love Dolls. Dolls is fantastic, but I'm really happy with the Scream Factory release, and I know a lot of people have said it looks really good, but I'm going to wait a little bit. It's not one of those box sets that was like, you need to buy this right now while it's hot, that kind of thing. So I'll get it eventually. Joe Jack says, I really like Zombie 3 and 4. I'm not hard to please. Yeah, Zombie 3 and 4 are fun. Zombie 3 is okay. Obviously nowhere near Zombie 2. But Zombie 4 is absolutely fucking fantastic. Living After Death, fantastic. Or excuse me, After Death. Great fucking zombie flick. They're like Pet Sematary style zombies in that film because they're they're smart. Excellent movie. Excellent movie. Bobby says, what do you think Nick not liking Pet Sematary 2? Should he give back his horror fan card? You know, it's weird. A lot of people don't like that film. I love Pet Sematary 2. I put it right up there with the first movie. I don't think it's as good of a well-made film as Pet Sematary 1. But part 2 is just such a good time. It's such a good fucking movie, man. And what's his name? Clancy Brown kills it in that movie as Gus. Like, I don't see what there's not to love about that film. I saw that in theaters with my mom when I was like 6 or 7. Fantastic movie. Loved it then. Love it now. You can do no wrong with Pet Sematary 2. That's the movie I want a fucking 4K of for sure. I know the Scream Factory came out last year or the year before, but I want a 4K. I want a bougie big box release from Vinegar Syndrome of Pet Sematary 2, packed with special features. That's what I want. That's what I want. Justin Smith says, I'm honestly not a fan of Vinegar Syndrome. That zombie comic set is cool though. Their prices are really crazy, but they're very boutique. And but like I said, I picked up that fucking $40 Roadhouse package, and I'm really happy with that. So I can't say too much negative things about them. I like what they're doing. They have a lot of schlock on their site, if that's what you mean. But a lot of the releases that hit hard. That's what I'm trying to say. Joe Jack says, if you're into comic books, this is primo. I myself am not. Yeah, I might have to pick them up. I might have to pull that trigger. Because I'm a huge fan of Zombie 2. Zombie 2, 1985's Day of the Dead, and 1985's Return of the Living Dead are sort of my top 3 tier zombie films of all time. And they're sort of like together. Like at the top. Zombie 2 is... I love it. I love it. Do you think Night of the Demons will be getting a 4K anytime soon? I wish part 2 would get a 4K. I think part 2 is better than part 1. Actually, if I'm being honest. So I want part 2 to get a 4K. Joe Jack says, what justifies upgrading a Blu-ray to 4K for you? It's got to be a lot. Because first of all, I don't like spending money needlessly. And to be honest, again, maybe it's just because I'm old and folded, or my TV's not big enough, or what it is. I don't see a huge leap in quality from Blu-ray to 4K, especially if the Blu-ray scan, whatever scan they have on that Blu-ray, specific Blu-ray for whatever film, looks good. I don't see a huge jump in 4K for most. Like for some stuff, it looks great. Like the Halloween 4 and 5 Blu-rays from 2 or 3 years ago looked fantastic. I could tell Bound and Leap better than the Scream Factory release a few years before that. But most of the time, 4K is just not really worth that fucking price point. A lot of times it's not. Like the Bound and Leap from DVD to Blu-ray was extreme. The Bound and Leap from Blu-ray to 4K is not that big of a deal. I'm not going to upgrade everything to 4K just for the sake of doing it. That's for sure. Like there's a lot of stuff coming out that I'm just not pulling the trigger on because I'm happy with the 4K or with the regular Blu-ray. Like Madman. The Blu-ray looks great. I'm not going to get the 4K, at least not now. Slaughterhouse looks great. I'm not buying the 4K anytime soon. Like there's no need for it. The Burning, I know the 4K is coming out of that. The Scream Factory version looks killer. I'm not upgrading anytime soon. You know, it's like it's personal preference, but I don't really see a reason to just start upgrading to 4K all of a sudden because it's coming out. It's not. I'm not that kind of collector. I'm not. Neo Z says Popcorn was kind of cool until they showed The Killer. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I'd have to go back and reassess Neo just to see what you're talking about. Movie Maniac says personal experience with Vinegar Syndrome is they don't always have the friendliest people working there. I don't want to say more, but maybe I'm judging too harshly based on a few bad apples. Did you go to the actual store, or are you talking about like online customer service kind of thing? Does anybody like Return to Horror High? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't really realize there was a pocket of people who didn't like that film. It's cheesy schlock. What's not to love? Neo Z to relax and sleep time, yes. Bobby, I think the original plan for PS2 was to make it about Ellie's story. I think it was. Justin Smith says, speaking of Pet Sematary, what the fuck is going on with the prequel? I don't know, but I'm hoping it comes out because I'm one of the few people who liked the 2019 re-adaptation. I thought it was fantastic. Not better than the first two, obviously, by far, but still good. Still a lot of fun. Joe Jack says, if you grew up in the VHS era, I absolutely did. You watched a lot of bad movies because the cover made you rent them. So Vinegar Syndrome kind of brings that back. You are absolutely correct. We found tons of good horror films simply based off the fact that the cover art was cool. And we rented them. And yeah, so I hear you. John O'Bannon, off-topic question. In the late 70s, there was a Monster in the Basement movie where the stairs to the door would disappear when somebody was thrown in. Any ideas terrified me. Any idea terrified me? I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar. Only know the era because the VHS had a preview for the original Toolbox Murders. I don't know. The only thing I can think of from the, I guess it's from the 80s though, not the 70s, is the Return of the Alien's Deadly Spawn. Sometimes it's just called the Alien Deadly Spawn. But I don't think the door disappeared when they got thrown down there. I think it was just an alien in the fucking basement of this kid's house eating everybody. Great film, by the way. Great film. I need to buy that movie if it's on Blu-ray. Justin Smith says, that's why I haven't bought some Blu-rays because I know there's a 4K coming. I agree. If you don't own the Blu-ray yet, you could always just wait and get the 4K and kill two birds with one stone. But if you have the Blu-ray, why upgrade? Unless it's a huge leap. Joe Jack says, Blu-ray looks great and they seem more scratch resistant. I'm hearing 4K is more tricky. Finicky like DVD. Oh, I could see that. Justin Smith says, I can't wait for the Trick or Treat 4K though. Yes, the 1986 film Trick or Treat, I will be buying that. I actually have a bootleg from eBay, and it looks great, by the way. It's a great quality bootleg, but I'm glad it's finally getting officially released. I'm excited for it. Definitely excited for it. Pet Sematary is my favorite horror movie, and I enjoy the 2019. Yeah, exactly. Both great films. Both great films. Both absolute great films. Hey, do you guys want to see something cool? First of all, let me check the stream. Looks like there's 17 people watching right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't already, like, share, subscribe. I think everybody watching this is already subscribed to the channel, but if you haven't, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all things TobattoVision. I would appreciate that. With that said, let's watch again, I'm gonna shamelessly self-promote here. Tonight, I'm going to be showing you guys some movie trailers for movies that I made within my Luniverse. It's a shared universe we've been creating and morphing for the last 6, 7, 8 years now. Beginning with Loon, the most recent film we made was Madhouse. And we're going to be making some more movies in that universe very soon. So for those of you who haven't seen those movies, I would like to show you the trailers for Loon, Loons, Madhouse, and Cottontail in this stream live. So you guys can check out what it's about. And all of these movies are made with our typical no budget policy, which most of these movies are made with $100 US or less. So yeah, this is an example of what a couple of kids from Florida made with less than $100. And most of these movies Loon has over 2 million views. Loons has a couple 100,000. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So let's go check this out. Let's watch the trailer for my 2015 film, Loon. See you in a minute.
I don't know about this, Leah. This is a bad idea.
Would you just relax? What's wrong with you anyways? What are you so freaked out about?
Well, what if there really is a guy out here?
Jeremy, that's just a story. Josh and his friends are just trying to scare you, that's all.
Those woods are dangerous. They're probably full of hobos and drug addicts. No place for kids like you.
I haven't seen those photos in a long time.
Damn, you scared me.
You kids stay away from there, you hear?
Okay.
Alright. Hey, you fuckers on us. You fucking around.
that was the trailer for Loon. I hope you guys liked that. That was our 2015 film. The trailer said 2014 because it was supposed to come out in 2014, but it didn't come out until 2015. Made for $100, and now we have well over 2 million views on YouTube, which I'm very, very proud of as an independent filmmaker. If I can pretentiously call myself a filmmaker, I'm very proud of that film. That was Loon. Hope you guys liked that. I hope that wasn't too annoying in the stream. I'm super stoked to have the opportunity to share that content with you guys live, because I actually never thought about doing live streams and like showcasing our work in that way. So I'm kind of stoked to sort of like rekindling that fire, if you will. I'm feeling pretty fucking stoked right now. So John O'Banion says, I actually watched the Loon movie a few years ago, but I didn't discover you until last fall. Loved it. Appreciate it, John. That's very cool. Yeah, it's different YouTube channel. I sort of drifted here. Obviously, I spend more time on TobattoVision now than Brandon Tobatto. Brandon Tobatto has become, I still release content there, but TobattoVision is where all my horror stuff lives now. So Neo Z says, pretty freaking cool, Tobatto. Thank you very much. Very, very happy about that. So with that said, let's play let's have a funny little celebration short. And there we go. If you know, you know. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Justin Smith says, nice. I'm going to check that movie out. Appreciate it. I think we should go ahead and get through all these because it's getting sort of late. I'm not done streaming yet, but I want to show you 3 or 4 more trailers if you guys are okay with that. If you're okay with watching some more trailers, give me a shout out in the chat and say yes, or tofu, or mayonnaise, or something. Give me a food in the chat and I'll play another trailer. Give me some kind of a food. The first one that looks appetizing, and I'll play the next trailer. I'll play the next trailer. If there's radio silence, then I won't show the trailer at all. But yeah, there it is. There it is. That was for 2015's Loon. The next trailer will be for 2016's Loons, which was acted as Loon 2. Which was a blast to make, but butter. Oh, there we go. This is the first one. Here we go. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, pizza. Pizza. 2 pizzas. Damn. Tofu with mayo. Holy shit. Okay. Here we go.
I've been having this nightmare. The same one. Over and over. He raises a pistol. And that's it for me. I'm covered in sweat. The fear of 1,000 nightmares crashing down upon me. The anxiety of a year's worth of bad dreams all coming together to form one giant... Fucking Christ! My name is Detective Ryan, and all I do is sit around and smoke pot with my friend Chongo all day. You may remember me from last year when I murdered Charlie Graves, although I looked a lot different in that movie. That's my boss, Captain Hill. He's a real fucking dick. He wants me back on the case. He thinks terrible things are coming. Alright, Captain Hill, let's do this shit.
Might want to put some pants on.
Oh shit!
Ooh, baby, your asphalt eater hung 10. The Hodads and Grammy say you reach top and so to the dead. Through the lights.
Come over here, Ryan. I want you to meet the rest of the team.
The team?
The Loon Squad, man, the Loon Squad.
They've become obsessed with Charlie Graves. Masks, baseball bats, Charlie Graves will return. It's become insane.
Looks like this case is gonna be a lot crazier than I ever thought. Ridiculous. Zombies, gangs, robots. I should have just been a male stripper. The sequel is gonna be so much better than the first one was. No. At least 3 times better.
All right, there we go. That was the trailer for Loons, and I'm actually glad it didn't get taken down because I was kind of panicky about once 45 Grave and Cramps kicked in. I was like, oh shit, is the stream going to be taken down? But I think we're good. Okay, where are we at? So we had, yep, here we are. Cramps, where are we at? Joe Jack says, maybe it's just Florida setting, but I get Larry Clark vibes from your trailers. Not a bad thing. Nice. I appreciate that. I like that. Good call. Good fucking call, man. John O'Banion says, great bands, a lot of memories. Excellent. Justin Smith, what kind of camera do you use to film these? I bought a Canon Rebel T3i DSLR way back in 2012, and I've been using the camera ever since to shoot my little movies and stuff here. I still use it to this day. It's a great little fucking camera. I really want to buy a full frame camera for myself, a full frame mirrorless. Shooting little, it's such great. I shot. If you guys have seen the New Year's Evil fan film I made in December, that was actually my friend's full frame camera that I borrowed. That's why it looks so crisp and clean and fantastic. I really want one for myself. At work, we have all kinds of, $10,000 cameras and stuff like that, the best equipment around. But personally, on my own, I still only have that Rebel T3i. It works great, but it's becoming a point where I have to upgrade soon, or I can no longer compete in the market, as it were. But I still like the look of the film. In a few minutes, you guys are going to see a trailer for Madhouse, which is Loon 3, and that was shot on the same DSLR. So it's really like in Loon 1, wasn't that experience with the camera. Part 2, a little bit more. Madhouse, I think we really had a groove going. I was really experienced with the camera by that point, and the footage looks a lot better. So you'll see the progression then. Neo Z says less than $100, impressive. Thank you. Yes, it was less than $100. Loon 1 I think was exactly $100, and Loon 2 was like, because we already had so many of the props. We had the locations. All the actors worked for free. We worked our own hours. I was really just like fuel to get to and from the locations. Buying a few props. Yeah, it was bare bones, man. Like people talk about, oh, we have a $10,000 budget. We're low budget. I'm like, no, you're not. You're sort of, that's relatively moderately low budget now, but like we're talking no budget here. $100, come on. Justin Smith says, yeah, I like the look. That's why I was asking what camera. Hell yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It has a very, and plus, because it shoots, the T3 I have, it shoots in 24 frames per second, which obviously is film, that's film standard. 24 frames per second, 23.978 to be specific. And then you apply a LUT onto the color grading, and it really gives you that film quality. You know what I mean? Plus the inexperience, the handheld nature, like a lot of it sells that film quality, which I love. So next, I think I'll get through these trailers as quickly as possible. I think I would like to show you, and again, if the chat for whatever reason goes down, it's because of the songs in these trailers, which I apologize for. We'll be back as soon as we can, but I'm going to take the risk because I'm having such a ball with this, and I hope you guys are too. So I think the next movie we're going to play the trailer for is a movie called Cottontail. It predates Sugar Plum and Madhouse, but it's called Cottontail. It was an Easter film. It came out in 2017. It had quite the following on YouTube, on my other YouTube channel, but it got taken down because a lot of parents reported it for, I forgot what the thing was, but I got a strike on my channel because of it, saying it was like false advertising policies because the movie wasn't marked as a horror film. I thought that the thumbnail of a rabbit shooting somebody, big bloody letters, was enough to sell it. But I guess parents were showing it to their kids and stuff. So I'm assuming there was quite a few traumatized children from that movie to get YouTube to take it down. But I had to re-upload it, and it never got the views the original upload has. So that kind of sucks, but it's kind of a cool novelty at the same time. And I still have the strike on my regular YouTube channel account because of that movie. Like, strikes don't really go away. Like, you're not really penalized for them after a while, but you can always see that there's that strike there, which fucking sucks. But it's from that movie. So I think next I will play the trailer for Cottontail. Now, if you guys are ready to see the trailer for Cottontail, tell me something else. Tell me like, what's something like what version of Jason Voorhees is your favorite? Tell me that, and then I'll play the Cottontail trailer. Is that too broad of a question? Just tell me. What's your favorite iteration of Jason Voorhees? Could be Jason Lives, could be part 4, could be part 3, could be part 2, it could be Jason X, Uber Jason, whatever. Just give me something. The first one I see and I'll click play. The first one I see, I'll click play. Oh, man. Part 8. There you go. That's the right answer. That is the right answer. Part 8. 2 part 8s. Oh, man. Part 3, New Blood. I like it. Here we go. The trailer for Cottontail, my 2017 Easter film. Here we go.
As you can see, things here at the Spring Hill Beach Jetty seem perfectly normal. However, with Easter Sunday only 6 hours away, the people of Spring Hill Beach have already begun preparing for the return of the Cottontail Killer. A killer made infamous among locals 2 years ago when several Spring Hill natives were kidnapped from their homes and placed in a violent game of death, a game Cottontail aptly called the Easter egg hunt. As of now, 2 years later, there has been no successful victor of the hunt. All who've been forced to play have died, their skulls polished and painted and left at the homes of their families and friends. With the amount of plywood flying off shelves and the number of people changing locks and installing last-minute home security systems, Spring Hill Beach is seemingly ready for the return of Cottontail.
All right, so that was the trailer for Cottontail. Good stuff. We had a lot of fun making that movie, and we actually, as far as full-length feature films go, we shot Cottontail the fastest, I think. That was absolutely the fastest one out of all the Luniverse films we shot. I mean, we had a couple of short films we made, like Sugar Plum, which doesn't have a trailer, so I won't show that here tonight. But like those were relatively quick shoots. But Cottontail was an hour-and-a-half movie, and we shot that in like, I want to say 4 weeks tops, right? It was a really, really, really quick shoot. Really quick shoot. I'm relatively happy with the way that turned out. I'm really looking forward to making a sequel to it eventually. But yeah, that was Cottontail. Out of those 3 trailers so far, which one did you like the best? Which one did you prefer? Did you have a preference at all? Did you watch all 3 of them? Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll play something else pretty funny. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll give you the floating island again.
What is this? A floating island?
Good stuff. Good stuff. John O'Banion says, your song selection really sells the trailers well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's good. We can get away with using the songs in the trailers because obviously we can't monetize them. But as long as we're not using them in the actual films themselves on YouTube, which are monetized, I'm fine with it. I don't need to have the trailers monetized. But if the songs help the trailers sell the film better, I'll use them. Because the trailers aren't monetized, the films are monetized, and those songs aren't actually in the movie. So that's the way, you know, I'm just trying to make the trailers more stylish, excuse me. So NeoZed says, another good looking trailer, my man, appreciate it. Looked the best to me. Excellent, appreciate that. Justin Smith said, I like the Loon trailer the best. I get it. It's gritty. It's dark. It's old school. I completely understand that. Loon for me as well, says John Abandon. Absolutely. Born to be Rad. Whoa, he's live, pal. What's up, Garrett? What is going on? Born to be Rad. What is happening? My friend, what is going on? Guys, if you haven't already, I'm sure everybody in this chat right now, the few of you that are here, are already subscribed to Garrett's channel. But if you haven't already, go to Born to be Rad. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, and share the channel. he is doing quite well right now. He is on the rise for sure. He is blowing up right now, actually. He is blowing the hell up. Blowing the hell up. So with that said, I think I'll move on to the last full-length trailer that I have in my artillery right now. And the last trailer is from Madhouse. It's what we call Loon 3. It was the third chapter of the Loon trilogy. It took a couple years after Loons to get out. Madhouse took until December 31st, 2020 to come out. It took it because we had, the birth of our daughter, raising a kid. As everybody kind of dispersed at that point. It just took a long time to get the gang back over and over and over and over and over and over and over to shoot this thing. So it took a couple years, but we're very proud of Madhouse. It's not doing as well on YouTube as the other movies are yet, but it's starting to sort of rise now, finally, after a couple years. So, I mean, this is we're already 2 or 3 years removed from Madhouse. So by the time Loon 4 comes out, we're in pre-production now. It'll be probably 4 or 5 years since Madhouse came out that we're finally ending the Loon saga. Not the Luniverse as a whole, but the Charlie Graves Loon saga itself. So without further ado, let's see, what did Garrett say? Thanks, man. Stash Tobatto is such a nice... yeah, I am. It's the stash. The stash makes me nicer. Gives me a little bit more class. My fiance Shanna loves the stash, right?
No, I don't.
She doesn't love the stash. She's actually turned my daughter against me, too. Like, I would say, Isabel, you like the stash? She's like, yeah, Daddy, I like it. And then my fiance started turning her against me, so they're both against me now. Like, nobody likes the stash but me. My fellow workers at work, they like the stash, because they have stashes, too. I feel sort of at home when I walk by a fireman and stuff. I'm not as muscly and bound as they are, but the mustache gives you powers, and women just don't understand that. They just don't understand it. Right?
What?
Exactly. My fiance's on the couch right now watching this, which is funny because she's hearing the delay because she's... Anyways. Neo Z said, Born to be Rad 07. John O'Banion, I'm a mustachio too. Wait, how many mustaches are there here? A lot, probably. Garrett's grown his mustache. Kristen's got a mustache. Neo Z's got a mustache. John O'Banion, Justice Smith, it's all mustaches. Jason's got a mustache. It's the new thing, man. Are you the master of the Luniverse? I am. Okay, anyways, we were playing the Madhouse trailer. Check it out. So in 3, 2, 1... check this out. I'm the most proud of this trailer, I think. Again, if the fucking stream goes down, I apologize, but I'm too stoked about this right now. I'm too on the ball. If the trailer's got all kinds of copyrighted music in it, so if it gets taken down, I apologize, but we'll see where it goes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Seeing Charlie Graves come out of that coffin, get shot a dozen times, and not go down? I think I'd rather be messing with the A-balls again.
Now, I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Graves. He roamed these woods for 3 decades before he was finally killed.
Bullshit.
Luckily for us, though, we can sleep soundly in our tents tonight knowing that Graves is dead and buried. And who knows, with tonight being the 1-year anniversary of his death, we may get to see his ghost ourselves.
Do you know what death is? Death is the way. There's a reason he was brought back.
We have to go now!
Hit that.
This is no time to fucking smoke weed, Sam. We gotta go.
You don't wanna hit it? Fine.
Oh, fuck, it's him!
Yeah, 'cause it's one time!
All you had to do was keep the animal locked up. But no. What do? You let him out.
Walking corpses are not real.
Oh, shit! This operation has turned into a mess. A mess? We're going to clean it up.
Mr. Mayor, why don't you tell me exactly what you want me to do?
To think.
You just throw your gun?
No. Which one of you fucks threw their gun?
John Ryan is gone. I have a former U.S. Marshal grieving in the morgue. Not to mention the missing corpse of Charlie Graves. This is a shit pile.
This is so fucked. How did we get here from where we were yesterday? Gangsters, zombies, magic. It's like we're living in the apocalypse.
Mayor's gonna like.
Fuck the mayor!
Yeah, fuck the police!
You fucking idiot, we are the police.
God damn it, Jack.
I don't know what you saw in the cemetery, but dead people don't just get up and walk around.
So that was the trailer for Madhouse, aka Loon 3 Madhouse. We are very proud of that film. As you can see, I think it looks the best out of all 3 Loon films. And that's the same camera. That's the same DSLR camera that we had back in 2013, 2014 when we were first making the first Loon. So yeah, very stoked about how that film turned out, and we're super stoked about working on Loon 4, the final chapter. It's going to be a blast. Hopefully a blast. And hopefully if I play my cards right and time it out properly, we won't be shooting Loon 4 in the dead of summer heat like we were at Madhouse. Because in Madhouse, we were shooting here in Florida in mostly July, August, September, the 3 worst months of Florida heat you could have. And we were shooting on parking lots in forests with big canopies and sugar sand below. So it was just like a big oven. It was bad. It was really bad, dude. But yeah, the movie turned out fantastically considering. And again, made for $100 or less. So that's an example of what you can do for no money. Again, not to toot our own horns, but like, we're more proud, I think, of what we did for no money than we are the actual films themselves, because they're fun to watch. They're not masterpieces, but yeah, absolutely good stuff. Born to be Rad. Yes, I am the master of the Luniverse. Absolutely. Bobby says, was there ever a movie that made you do something silly as a child that you now look back on as an adult and laugh about? I don't think so. A movie that made you do something silly as a child? Not really. Not that I can think of. I know when The Good Son came out, I built a dummy called Highwayman and threw him off a highway. I did that with my friends, and we caused a huge 24 truck pileup. But that was basically it. That was basically it. Just kidding. Absolutely, we did not do that. But The Good Son is a fucking great movie, and that's a horrifying scene. Don't ever do that. Don't build a Highwayman. It's just bad news. Don't do that. So yeah, Bobby, there was nothing I ever did that would be considered silly from a movie. I do a lot of silly shit now, including ranting and rambling on streams like this, but never anything weird like that. Joe Jack says, daylight horror film, nice. Yes, absolutely. Not only are daylight films creepier sometimes than nighttime films just because of their nature, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but daylight films are easier to make movies in because there's so much natural light. It is a bitch to light movies for night, and it's hard work, man. So it works artistically and it works palpably, realistically, to make the movie easier to shoot because you're not worried about lights, basically. You're worried about reflecting light and just the ambient light surrounding you. That's pretty much it. Born to be Rad says, nice, Brandon, agree. Horror during the day is killer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Neo Z says, the acting looks great in Madhouse. I've really been blessed with a team of good actors, and most of them aren't actors. Most of them are just friends and family members who decided to take the journey with me and be in a film. And a lot of them, some of them are actors, but most aren't. And I feel like most of the cast, especially in Cottontail and Madhouse, did a great fucking job. Like, I really, maybe I was just biased because I was directing the film and editing the films thereafter. But I believed the characters. I didn't see my actors. I saw the characters I wrote, which is insane to me. Because a lot of time, like when we shot Loon, most of the actors were non-actors, and you could tell. That's the nicest way I can say it. So when I was editing the film, I was like, ooh, that really is cringy. The line was delivered properly. They don't really seem like what I wrote. It's just, but with Cottontail and Madhouse especially, it felt natural. It felt good. It felt great. So yes, absolutely. Yeah, Born to Be Rad says way creepier during the day. Absolutely. John O'Banion says, what do you consider the best daylight horror film? Route 666 blew me away. Absolutely, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 original, of course. Bobby says, when they bring back Halloween in a few years, most likely, what kind of story would you like to see? I want to see a straight reboot. I want to see the Halloween franchise remade from the ground up once again. Not like Rob Zombie's films, which I do enjoy, and not like John Carpenter's original or anything that followed. I want a totally reworking of the mythology. Not like Season of the Witch. I still want Michael Myers. I still want the Halloween Day. I still want the butcher knives and the coveralls and the white masks and the babysitters and all that stuff. But I want a fresh start with a new cast, no requels, no direct sequels, a new franchise. I want them to have story treatments written for at least 10 films. I want them to guarantee and promise the fans one film a year for at least 10 years straight. Keep the budgets way down. Keep them at $1 million or less. Maybe even $500,000 or less. Because there is no reason you cannot shoot a Halloween film for $100,000. There's not. Even today in 2023, you can shoot that fucking movie for $100,000 or less. Find an old neighborhood. Find some young actors who aren't seasoned yet. All that jazz. It's possible. You can do it. Keep the budget super low. Spend maybe $1 to $5 million on marketing at most. Maybe not even that. I don't know how much marketing would really cost for a movie these days. But keep the budget, including the marketing budget, super low. And you're going to have a hit on your hands. Because if you spend, let's say they spent $5 million, right? Or let's say $7 million. So $7 million including the palpable movie budget plus the advertising budget. It's all lumped in there. $7 million. Even if they make $15-20 million, that's not only sequel worthy to a studio. They've made back their money. They made quite a bit of cheddar on top of that. That guarantees a sequel. But it's probably going to make way more than $20 million. So if you kept it $6-7 million, man, you could make $100 million and it would be an insane profit. And do that for 10 years in a row. You know what I mean? Do that for 10 years in a row. That's what I want. Fresh start, a dedicated cast, dedicated team. Keep the same cast members and crew for all the movies as much as you can as the story fluctuates. And just fucking come out of the gate and blow our balls off, man. Flip our lunch trays. That's what I want from the Halloween series. That's what I want. Justin Smith says, I need to watch The Good Son. It's been so many years since I've seen it. I just remember the ending mostly. It's a good fucking movie, man. The Good Son is fantastic. It's great. Bobby says, so it would be like Friday the 13th movies. No, I don't think so. It wouldn't be like those. It would only be like those in the fact that one movie a year would be coming out, but that's about it. You know what I mean? But the tone and the vibe and the story and it would be totally different. Tangents of Horror. What's up, Tangents of Horror? Tobatto, hell yeah. I made a stream. Made it to a stream. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well too. We were all discussing how everybody in this chat, including you, we're now growing mustaches. It's become a thing. Even Garrett from Born to Be Rad is growing a mustache. It's just insane to me. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. It's July is the month of the mustache. That's what's going on here. It's the month of the mustache. It is the month of the mustache. Tangents of Horror says, Good Son is awesome. Been a long time since I've seen it. You know, it's been a long time since I've seen it too. The Good Son is fantastic. What a disturbing fucking movie, man. Like Macaulay Culkin. You know, a lot of people argue that he's not a very good actor based on Home Alone 1 and 2 and stuff. And I could entertain that argument. I disagree with it, but I could entertain it. But The Good Son, man, he's believably fucking psychotic in that movie. It's a fantastic movie. That movie needs a big time, big box 4K Vinegar Syndrome release. That movie's dying for it. I don't think it's on 4K yet, right? Is it even on Blu-ray or is it just DVD? I have no idea what format Blu-ray Good Son's on right now. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Very strange. Bobby says, what do you think about giving Mike Myers a love interest? Do you have a young woman who's demented, who's interested in him, but he doesn't show it in return? No. If that ever happened, I would make it a throwaway joke scene where like maybe he's locked up in the institution in between sequels. And like there's this girl who's obsessed with him and she's trying to get on his good side. And as soon as he has the chance and is able to do so, he kills her. That's what I think would happen. He would never communicate with her. He would never engage with her. He might stare at her angrily and stuff, but I don't think he would ever speak, talk to, show any kind of affection back in return. He would just kill her when he got the chance. That's what would happen. That's all. I wouldn't want to see anything else than that. I would not want to see any kind of human interaction with Myers once he became the shape. You know what I mean? Joe Jack says, Kino has good son. Oh, okay. Tangents of Horror says, yeah, Blu-ray, but not sure about the 4K. That would be awesome. It would. I only own one 4K so far. What do you own that's a 4K, Tangent? You only have one 4K? What is it? If you don't mind me asking. Joe Jackson. How's the lag, by the way? We had some lag issues earlier. And after I turned off the moving background, the lag sort of went away. So is it better now? Like, am I matching my mouth movements and stuff? Does it all look okay to you guys? Like, is it precise? The mustache is giving me powers, but it's not helping with the latency necessarily. But I think it's working now. How's that? Bobby says, what are your movies budgets? They're $100 or less. $100 or less. Tangents of Horror says, the Evil Dead box set, the Groovy Collection. Wow. Is that a 4K box set? That's awesome. Very cool, man. Very cool. I don't have that. But I do really want Evil Dead 2013 on the 4K. I really want that. Tangents of Horror says, yep, looking good. My fiance Shanna says, yes. John O'Bannon says, I'm still into Blu-ray. Can't beat them for $3 a piece at Goodwill. Absolutely. There you go, man. Amen. God bless. The Movie Maniac says, I'm back. Had to take care of some stuff. Quick question, Brandon. Do you live stream directly through YouTube or do you use an encoder? Separate streaming service. Everyone keeps telling me to live stream. I use OBS, but I'm still learning the platform and the software. I don't go directly through YouTube. I'm using OBS. I'm using OBS through YouTube. You know what I mean? So that's how it is. I know a lot of people have been suggesting StreamYard. I'm going to try that next because I heard it's sort of a user-friendly interface, and OBS really isn't. Like, you can do a lot of cool shit with OBS, but I wouldn't call it user-friendly. And I have a feeling that having a moving background like that is going to be laggy no matter what my platform is, whatever my streaming choice is. So it might be better to just have a solid picture as a background versus a moving thing. If that made me lag and it took care of the problem, then I just won't have a moving background anymore. Or if I do, I'll make it a really, really low-res video, blow that up, put a blur effect on it, and then see if that works at all. But again, it's weird because last night I used the same 4K video, not the same one, but a similar 4K video with the same amount of movement on it and stuff. Remember, it was the Embers, but it was a bigger file, but with that, there was no lag. So it's got to be tonight's internet and the storms or whatever's going on. I'm blaming it on that, but I'll do another test the next time we do one of these. But it was a quick fix and we're all having a good time. So there, yes. Shanna says, I have zero powers. Zero powers. Excuse me. Yeah, walk by. There we go. Wave hi. Evil Dead 2013 would look incredible. I agree. Absolutely. I really want that movie. I love that fucking movie. I had to watch a good amount of videos to really get the hang of OBS. Oh yeah, it's quite frustrating sometimes, but when it works, it works. It's more user error. It's not really the software. I can't believe the program's free. I'll say that. It's amazing that it's free. Joe Jack says, my first 4K was Vinegar Syndrome's Beastmaster. I still don't have a 4K TV. I'm not an audiovisual fidelity nut. I hear you. I hear you. Again, in the end, it's like, think about this. Like, we grew up watching VHS movies. We grew up watching bad cable TV movies on horrible broadcasts. We saw the rise of DVD. We saw the rise of Blu-ray. And what's funny is we never complained about, oh, the VHS looks terrible. The DVD looks terrible. Like, we appreciated when they looked better, a la DVD, a la Blu-ray, sometimes 4K. But, like, that doesn't really affect whether we like the movie or not. It doesn't take away or add to the memory of the viewing experience we have. Like, as, what is it, Dave McRae says, is what you think you see is what you think you hear. It's what you take from a movie. It's not necessarily the in-viewing experience that's resonating with you. It's what you go away with it. So you can watch a DVD and be happy with a movie. You can watch a 4K and be happy. You're probably going to have the same experience with both, if that makes any sense. I'm trying not to ramble here. I'm trying to make a point. I hope the point comes across. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't always matter to have the biggest, best visual presentation on display, because it doesn't really fucking matter in the end. It's going to be a memory in your head at some point 90 minutes later anyway. So if you can afford it, great. If you're into the bougie 4K, great. If it's worth the price, great. If not, then don't worry about it. There's nothing that says you have to upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray or from Blu-ray to 4K. There's nothing. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Relax and Sleep Time. What's up, Relax and Sleep Time? We need a Return of the Living Dead box set. I agree. And you know what? For the hell of it, just throw in 4 and 5. Why not? It would be pretty funny if they did. I fucking hate those. Well, I shouldn't say hate. I don't hate 4 and 5 anymore. They're goofy novelties of a weird era of film, because in 2005 they were Sci-Fi Channel original. Well, Sci-Fi Channel I think bought the movie from the independent production company that made them. But my friend Tom and I, we watched both those movies live on Sci-Fi Channel when they both premiered back to back 18 years ago, which is insane to me. I can't believe those are 20 years old almost. But even back then, man, we fucking hated those movies, and they've only now started to soften in my mind. So yeah, give us a box set. Give us a bougie Vinegar Syndrome 4K set of every fucking movie. Give us a plethora of special features. Just give it all to us. Justin Smith says Streamlabs is another one you can use. Maybe I'll try that one too. I want to try all of them and see which one I like the best. Bobby says, what do you think about a Halloween mockumentary? You have people who do sit-down interviews who knows and speaks about the Myers. That would be kind of funny. Make it a sort of it's a cliche reference, but make it sort of a la The Office. And would it be maybe a special feature film that kind of comes out of nowhere? So when the movie comes out on Blu-ray, it's just this weird, like, there's a 90-minute extra movie on here. What is this? And it's like the whole second disc. It's just this mockumentary of like interviewing the inmates, interviewing the staff of Smith's Grove, interviewing Myers himself, and like he's just silent. Like that's a pretty funny idea, actually. If done correctly, that could work. The Movie Maniac says, really appreciate the feedback. That's very helpful. I hope so. I like to be helpful. When I'm not rambling, I'm helpful sometimes. Ben Grimm says, when does Madhouse get a 4K? I don't know. Actually, it's weird because I have a bunch of my movies on DVD, but I don't have Blu-rays of most of them. The only Blu-ray I have is of Madhouse. Matter of fact, if you give me a second, I could probably pull those off the shelf real quick and show you guys. So give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right. I have returned. I don't have Cottontail on physical media, but I do have. Here's the Loon DVD. How well you can see that. It's the back. Has quotes from all the reviewers who reviewed the movie. Here's the way the disc looks inside. It's pretty cool. Pretty proud of this. But I never got a Blu-ray off the ground of it. Here's the Loons DVD from a couple years back. Sort of a Lost Boys-ish poster art, obviously. There's a difference in the back. Here's the disc art. And here's the Madhouse, which is Loon 3, the Blu-ray. Which I own, thankfully. Very cool. And these were all made possible via a thing called CreateSpace through Amazon.com. Up until a few years ago, I utilized CreateSpace. They were basically on-demand publishing. So what you would do is you would upload your media, whether it be a movie or whatever you were trying to sell, in my case, movies. It used to be where you had to send them the DVDs of your movie, but towards the end, you could just send them the DVD file of your movie. Like you had to build the menus and build the actual DVD file. They could just, the ISO file, they could just put onto a disc and sell. And you would upload your own artwork and like make sure it all fit the templates and stuff. And then they would upload it to, or they would list it on Amazon. You would set your price. They would have they would take a cut, like whatever the minimum they needed to print and physically make the DVD. And then you would have your cut, whatever the excess amount was. And then like if you were to go on Amazon and buy the movie, it would be on demand. So they wouldn't make them until somebody bought them. And then Amazon would ship them to the customer directly. You would have none of the inventory or the warehouse nonsense. It was a very easy process, an easy way to have your films physically out there in physical media. Good stuff. Good prices too. And as you can see for the Blu-ray, they kind of gave you those thick Blu-rays like the European Blu-rays, which was fucking awesome. Killer stuff. Quality was excellent. But about a year or two ago, right before 2021, I think. Like it was right, like I got this was a proof I got in the mail, and the movie came out in December of that year. But I think it was like right before that actually came out that they announced that they were closing CreateSpace, and then in 2021 they actually closed, and they didn't have the on-demand publishing anymore, which sucked. So now there's not really a venue for me to do the same thing that I've found where you can have on-demand physical media like that. Like you have to just buy, I would have to have duplications made. I would have to order like 100 Blu-rays of Madhouse, pay that huge fucking fee, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and then sell them myself, which is fine. But I don't want to drop $500 a piece for every movie I've made to have copies made. Like the on-demand stuff works so well. It just sucks that it's over. But I'm working on alternatives to that because I do want them back on physical media, not just on YouTube. So, and yeah, let me go see what I'm a little bit behind in the chat, so let me go see what's going on with the chat. Let me go see what's going on with the chat. I can no longer see it in my my viewfinder. So let's go see let me go catch up real fast. A piece for every. Give me a moment. So well, it just sucks that it. Tangents of Horror says the funny thing is VHS made some effects look better because of the graininess. Agreed. Kind of like how The Mist looks amazing in black and white because it makes the CGI look more real. I'm also old. I haven't seen The Mist yet. Still, I've heard nothing but good things. The Movie Maniac says I'm upscaling to 4K right now. Still haven't bought the true 4K player. I bought a 4K upscaling Blu-ray player. Some films with great scans look absolutely stunning, so much to where I wouldn't upgrade. Ah, I see. Nice. Nice. Justin Smith says I haven't seen Rave to the Grave. I know I won't like it. You probably won't, but I like it better than Necropolis, that's for sure. That's for sure. Bobby says I was thinking more like Unsolved Mysteries, where you have a back and forth between the sit-down interviews and the reenactment flashbacks. I could see that. John O'Bannon says I love the picture and sound quality of modern mediums, but it somehow feels like less of an actual movie experience compared to VHS. I can entertain that argument as well. I hear you. Joe Jack says, are you writing the screenplays too? Yes, I am. All of my original films, now obviously not my fan films, but all of my original films contain original characters, settings, plots, places, and the scripts are written by me. Absolutely. Robert McLean says, are we ever going to get a 4K Ultimate Edition of Dead Alive? It's criminal. It is criminal, dude. I don't know where the hell that is. Has that been released internationally? There has to be a 4K of that somewhere in circulation. Like, there has to be. But agreed. I want a 4K Ultimate Edition of Dead Alive, and I really, really want Cemetery Man on 4K. Like, that movie fucking rages. Really underrated. Hardly anybody's seen it still, man. Like, those two movies need to come out at the same time. Make them a fucking double feature package deal. I don't care, but get them both out there in 4K. I will buy those in 4K for sure. Joe Jack says, at John, when DVD came out, it was like seeing my favorite movies for the first time, even though I've been watching them. Agreed. Absolutely. That's exactly how the leap from VHS to DVD was. It's funny, too, because when VHS was still around and prominent, I remember saying this. I'm just going to stick with VHS. I'm not going to upgrade because it didn't really seem like a necessity at the time, and look where we are now. But it's weird. That kind of plays into my argument. Even then, we didn't have to upgrade a DVD. It wasn't like we didn't feel the need to upgrade. Once you saw it, it was awesome. But like there wasn't like this huge, oh my God, we need to upgrade for the sake of quality thing, because we were already having a fantastic time with the VHS quality, as lackluster as it was. John O'Banion says, definitely agree, Joe. It just doesn't feel as organic. Agree with both of you. Agree with both of you. All right. Let's play another short.
When you're spending every day on your own, and here it goes, I'm just a kid and
Good stuff. Good stuff. Justin Smith says, there's not. There was rumors that Peter Jackson was working on his old movies to 4K during COVID, but nothing came of it. That sucks. The movie Maniac. Do you worry many millennials, which I'm one of, and Gen Z don't truly watch films anymore? The fear is they don't really pay attention. They're looking at their phone. Yeah, I agree. It's true. I mean, you go to the theaters now, and the theater experiences are horrible. Mostly due to fucking Gen Zers, because they're just on their phones. It's like, why did you pay money to come and see this movie? You're there, you're on your phone, you're shining your bright fucking lights, you're talking, you're throwing popcorn, you're being an asshole. Like, I was a fucking stupid idiot as a teenager, a fucking moron. I did a lot of stupid stuff. But when I went to the theaters, even back then, and this is going to sound so in my day, but it totally is. Like, even at my worst, when I went to a theater, I sat down and watched the fucking movie. Because first of all, you're paying for the movie ticket, you're paying for the popcorn, the soda, whatever. Why? I just don't understand. Why are you going there to be on your phone? Just stay in the lobby and be on your phone. Like, I don't understand the attention span is horrible. The attention span is absolutely horrible. Not all Gen Zers, but a lot of Gen Zers are guilty of this. Absolutely. Robert McLean says, I have a sexy German media book of Cemetery Man. I did not know that existed. Is it region free or is it region locked to like B or C or whatever? Ben Grimm says, that's why I like. Justin Smith says, yeah, Gen Z really are the worst. Ben Grimm says, that's why I like going to the movies midday on a weekday. Kids are in school. You know what? There's a theater that's near my work. It's a really old school type theater. And I go to the movies a lot by myself. And I usually go after work. And when I go there at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, the place is usually deserted. The people who are there aren't acting a fool. It's a pleasant experience. But if I go to Cobb Theaters or AMC or Cinema World, it's always just a miserable experience, and it makes me fucking hate myself for even going. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Although I see a lot of old people checking their phones and talking during movies too. Like, what is so important when you're retired? Exactly. I don't know. John O'Banion says, haven't been to the theaters since Hereditary. That was 2014, right? Jesus Christ. 2015? Justin says, I always go to the movies midday too. I mean, it's probably it's probably the way to go. Like, especially when school's in session, go midday. Go midday. You're not going to deal with that crap, or at least the bare minimum of that crap. Or better yet, just don't even go anymore. Because there is a certain, like, I hate to be this guy, but when I watched Halloween Kills on streaming in 2022, or 2021, excuse me, when that came out, I didn't go to the theaters. I watched it on streaming. As lame as that sounds, there was something so comforting about locking down my house, kicking off the shoes, taking a shower, getting into comfortable clothing, getting a snack, getting popcorn, and just kicking it on your couch and watching a movie in the safety of and the comfort of your own home. So much better than going to the theater. And I get that it goes against the whole mindset of the theater experience. I get it. But at the same time, man, you can't really beat it. Especially if you have even a moderately good setup, which thankfully we have. It's just, you can't beat it, man. I become such a grouch when it comes to the theater, among everything else. Relax and Sleep Time says, last movie I saw was Halloween 2018 in theaters. I am sorry for that, because that is a fucking milk dud of a movie, and not in a good way. It's just a dud. It is just a dud. Just a dud. So before I go, it's got to be getting close to an hour and a half, 2 hours now. But hashtag Scary Larry. Not to be confused with Scary Terry from Rick and Morty, but Scary Larry was a play on 80s slashers, sort of an in-world joke in the movie. It was a treatment for a script I was writing, or excuse me, a full script I was writing for a film called Splatter Camp, which was going to be shot at Camp Daniel Morgan in Georgia, which is where the majority of campsite footage was filmed for Jason Lives. I actually got the amount of money it would cost to rent the place for a week. I had talked to Tommy McLaughlin at the time and sort of got his blessing and his advice very briefly, but he's my hero. You know what I mean? He's my hero. Favorite movie, favorite director. Got his blessing on it. It was about a guy named Scary Larry who wore a hockey mask in the movie because in the movie he's inspired by Jason movies to kill everybody at this camp. So it's sort of an in-world joke, an homage / ripoff, but it's part of the in-canon joke, like I said, so it plays into that theory. It's not supposed to be a Friday the 13th ripoff. It's supposed to be sort of a, I don't even know what the phrase would be, sort of a meta, I hate using the fucking word meta, but a meta in-world spin-off homage, tongue-in-cheek, that knows it's a spin-off homage ripoff. That's the joke of it. But it was going to be called Splatter Camp. Original script, contrary to what the hockey mask would suggest. It wasn't a Jason clone, but he wears a hockey mask because Jason's his favorite. Anyways, we were ready to shoot this thing. We did a fundraising campaign on, not Indiegogo, the other one. What was it called? It failed, so we didn't get to do it. A year or two later, we did another fundraising campaign. Still didn't make the budget, so unfortunately we couldn't do it. And we shot like fundraising campaign videos and teaser videos. I had the hockey masks made. I bought a bunch of those Cooper blanks from JDF Studios, drilled the holes myself. Me and Shanna grunged them up, gave them leather straps. Had a big evolving look for Scary Larry in the film. # Scary Larry. But we never made the budget. So it hasn't happened yet. But I'm still hopeful that at some point in the next 5 or 6 years or so, I'll get the budget in line. We'll get to go to Georgia and make the fucking movie. That's my hope, because I really want to do it. I wanted to do it before the Friday the 13th franchise came back into full effect, and we're probably going to miss that boat, because I think with a movie like this, you have to hit it in that interim between the active phases of the franchise, because that's what makes a real homage work, is you're not doing it while the actual property's running. Then it becomes like a pointless thing. But hopefully we find a way to make it work. Anyways, what I'm getting to is we shot a little tiny teaser of a teaser for the fundraising campaign video we made years ago. And it's fun, and I have that here in the queue, so I'll just show that real quick before we get off. So with that said, let's watch it. Let's watch it. But the Splatter Camp Facebook page still is live, though, so you can go there and check out the movie if you want. That would be cool. And yeah, just before we go, speaking of the Luniverse, Loon, Madhouse, if you want to watch those movies, you can you can just go to YouTube, type in the search bar you can type in the Luniverse Tobatto. Those are the 3 easiest keywords to type in. You're going to find a playlist called the Luniverse TM, 6 videos on it. They're in order. And you can literally just click play all. It's going to play Loon, then Loons, then All You Faithful, which is a short film, then Cottontail, then Sugar Plum, then Madhouse. These are the most up-to-date films in the series so far. Obviously, Loon: The Final Chapter is in production, along with a ton of other films that we got to get to before we wrap up the whole series. We do have an end-game plan, but Loon: The Final Chapter is next, and that will wrap up the franchise icon Charlie Graves' story. The Luniverse won't be over for a long shot, but his story is wrapping up with finality in the next film. It's just time for him to go. But yeah, so Loons, All Ye Faithful, Cottontail, Sugar Plum, Madhouse. That's the order you watch the films in, but it's not necessarily the chronological order the stories take place in. And you can figure that out with little, trinkets and cues and all that stuff while you watch the film. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think of it. I'm looking forward to that. They're fun movies, man. They're fun movies to watch. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Or tonight. It was fun. I'm glad we got the latency thing worked out. I guess it was just the background thing. Again, I don't know why that chose to give me some lag. I'm hoping it's just the internet, because I do want to use moving backgrounds on here whenever I can. And last night it worked. Tonight it didn't. Maybe it just depends on the night. But easy fix to fix in stream. So no harm, no foul, right? Hashtag Mustache Gang. I appreciate you guys. It's been a fun time. I'll play this one more time. Without context.
What is this? A floating island?
And there you have it. See, everybody has Garrett, Movie Maniac, Joe Jack, Justin Smith, Bobby, Ben Grimm, Relax and Sleep. Everybody else in the chat who I'm not naming, I love you guys. Neo Zed, everybody. You guys are fantastic. It's been a fun time. And I will see you guys next time. I guess I'll see you guys Tuesday over on Planet CHH. I will see you guys for Planet Dirty coming at you around 10:45. So enjoy your beers, enjoy your fireworks, enjoy your barbecues, and make sure you tune in on the 4th of July on Planet CHH for Planet Dirty. And I will see you guys next time.